Hi, I'm Zach, and I've always been extremely fascinated by our brains. The squishy, slimy, gelatinous mass of organic matter that sits inside of our cranium. What is this thing? It holds our thoughts, feelings, memories, dreams, nightmares, and helps us navigate our everyday lives. Have you ever wondered how the brain does all this without you even having to tell it what to do? What if I told you that you can control insects or animals by their brains and have them do all of your bidding? So that's what we're here to talk about today. Specifically, the study of cognitive neuropsychology, which is basically how your brain is structured and how it relates to certain psychological processes, or basically how you think, move, and act every day. That sounds really confusing. So to help us better understand, we have a special guest to help explain it better, Dr. Nibbles. Hey there guys, I'm Dr. Nibbles and I study brains. Your brain is your most important and complicated organ in your body. It's mostly just made up of water and fat. It's also made of about 100 billion neurons that transmit on and off signals. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit nerve impulses. These impulses are like electric signals jumping around in your brain. Your brain is made up of three main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Each of these play an important role in controlling different processes such as our emotions, our feelings, our memories, and our intelligence. The cerebrum is made up of four main lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. Each lobe or area of the brain controls different functions. When your neurons fire in different lobes of the brain, it activates different processes. For example, when the frontal lobe is activated, it affects different things such as behavior, emotions, speech, personality, and judgment. We could spend all day talking about what part of your brain does what, but that's only part of what cognitive neuropsychology is all about. The other part is learning and applying this knowledge of the brain to help people with specific brain injuries. So if you were to accidentally damage your frontal lobe, you would lose parts of your personality, or not being able to speak correctly since this handles those functions. That all sounds really fascinating, Dr. Nibbles, but let me ask you this. Why is it when I smell freshly cut grass that it reminds me of playing baseball when I was younger? That's a great question. That's exactly what a cognitive neuropsychologist would do. They would take a question like that and try to match it with the part of the brain that controls the memory. In this example, the hippocampus is responsible for memory creation and would make you encounter an old memory from using your senses. There's so many questions we still need to answer about how our brains work and what makes us stay alive. What about moving our brains to a different body, or even downloading our conscience to a different artificial brain? Could any of this be possible one day? Hopefully one day soon, we can figure it out. I'm Zach, and this has been the Breakthrough Junior Challenge.